G'day legends, and thanks for tuning in. This week's video, I'm back on my board Jigsaw. I've got a brand new radiator for this thing. Try and get these cooling temps under control once and for all. So grab your frothy, your coffee, kick back, relax, and enjoy the vid. Rightio, so this is the setup we've had in this thing forever. I've never changed a radiator in this thing ever since when it originally got on the road. Had a 400 small block Chevy, through to the 308 to the 5 litre. This radiator's always been the same unit. It's got a set of Falcon fans on it, but as you can see, it's not overly big, but it fits in there quite well. I sort of measured everything up. I don't know if this radiator is going to fit every which way, but we're going to have to make it fit, and that's the new radiator. So as you can see, it's quite a bit longer. It's a little bit higher, but it should, I'm hoping with a bit of modification, it should fit. That's for a GQ Patrol, I'm pretty sure, but pretty stoked on it because as you can see, it comes with a shroud, 2 fans on it. These probably aren't the strongest fans in the world. I can swap them out to spell fans later on if they don't work, but yeah, I just thought starting with the shroud, the new bigger radiator, we got to be off to a bit of a winner. So first things first, let's get this thing jacked up. We'll drain the coolant out of it, rip the old radiator out, and start mocking this thing up. So I got the old radiator out, that's out of the road, and I've got the new radiator sitting in there, and actually fits a lot better than what I thought. The the water inlet and outlet's going to take a lot of creative thinking to get it to happen. So that was where the old top inlet used to go over here, and I've got to get it running over here. And the bottom one, as you can probably see, that's all the exhaust piping going to the turbo. There's the water pump. And there's my water outlet there for the radiator. So going to have to come up with some some awesome looking hoses and bends and stuff. But essentially the way it's going to fit, I don't know if I can show you under here. So the way it's going to fit, there's 2 little tabs on the bottom of the radiator there. So I'm just going to run a bar. I'm just going to run a bar across the chassis rails to pick up those studs and yeah, mount it to the chassis rails. That'll sort that out. And then what I'm thinking for the top, so obviously they're the factory mounts for the Patrol. It's not going to work. So again, I think I'm just going to run a strap across the top of the radiator, down the side, and bolt it to the radiator support on each side. I've already closed the bonnet. That fits perfect. Like I say, dimensionally, this thing is going to work out really well. Obviously the air filter is not going to work as is. I'm probably going to have to run either just a turbo guard or a real slimline style filter, but yeah, probably turbo guard I'm thinking. I don't really drive on dusty roads anyway, so, but we might get creative with that or not. We can move the radiator across, which gives us a little bit more room, but still not going to get an air filter on it. So I think I'm going to go for a dig, see what steel I can find, and yeah, see if we can get this thing mounted, eh? Rightio, legends. So we got that bottom mount roughed in there. You can't see it from the top there, but basically I got that bit of angle going across the bottom, notched it out to get it a little bit lower, drilled the holes for the mounting on the radiator, so it's sitting in there. Like I say, it's sitting up a little bit, but it has no interference with the bonnet, and that's going to catch those top rows. They're going to catch a fresh air coming over the top of the radiator support anyway, so that's going to work out good. I don't have enough material to make the top mount, so what I'm thinking, I'll go and see if I can find some aluminium flat bar, some 40 or 50 mil flat bar, and it's going to run across the top, secure it down like that, and it's going to work out a treat. The radiator hoses, like I said before, that's gonna be a bit interesting. Probably just gonna have to go to the parts store and grab a few different hoses and try and make it all work. The top shouldn't be too bad. The bottom routing around the exhaust is gonna be a bit interesting, but we gotta do what we gotta do. But what I was gonna show you is I think I've shown you the size difference between these radiators yet. So there's the new one, and there's the old one. So you can see it's got a thicker core, like the end tanks are a little bit thicker on these ones, but the core itself isn't. So as you can see, big size difference in that new one, and hopefully got a lot more with the shroud and the fans, so it's going to pull a lot more air through it. So actually with that radiator out, you can see that bottom support there. It's just floating around at the moment, but essentially that's what it's going to do. There's the intercooler as well for anyone who's interested. Yeah, so like I said, I'll go to town, get some material, and yeah, keep getting this thing mounted. Rightio, legends. So I've had a bit of a win here. Like I said yesterday, I was going to go to town and get some material to make a top hold down bracket for it, but kind of think I was overthinking it, so I've made a temporary little bracket for now. There's already these couple of holes in the front there, so just made a little L bracket there. Radio's not going anywhere, the bottom bracket sorted out. Thought I was going to have a lot big of a headache with these hoses, but I found exactly what I need to make everything up. I reused the bottom pipe. It's a little bit close to the exhaust at the minute, but I'm going to zip tie it up or make a bracket, hold it a bit away from that exhaust, and end up getting some exhaust wrap for it, so it doesn't interfere. Even managed to use the top pipe with the shunt line in it, going back to the filler neck on the radiator. That's sorted. The only thing I haven't got is the recovery line for the recovery bottle. It's a different size, so I'm gonna have to go to town and get something, sort that out, either get a different nipple or yeah, come up with something but that's not gonna hold us back today. I've already filled it up with coolant. I've still got some of that Stay Frothy coolant left, so it's been recycled. Fans are wired up, so I think I'm right to fire this thing up now. So we might fire it up, get the whatever air's in the system out, top it up, and then hopefully it stays cool sitting in the shed. If it does, take it for a drive. Rightio, legends, so we're on the test drive, and so far so good. She's hovering about the 180, a little bit over, but it is a hot day. But I do anticipate once I get into traffic and stuff, it's probably going to run a bit hotter. I'd say it's probably still got a bit of air working through the system, so once it gets cold, like once I let it cool down overnight, I'll top it back up and give her another run. But so far so good. I reckon I might end up upgrading those fans to some yeah, heavy duty spell fans. They'll just be cheap run-of-the-mill fans. They won't be moving a lot of air, to be honest with you. But like I said, so far so good. Sitting about 180, a little bit over, and yeah, the thing's running awesome, working a treat. So we've had a bit of a win there, I reckon. Like I say, going through traffic, and also like going and doing the roll race, and that's gonna let me know how efficient this radiator actually is. Just doing a bit of test drive up the road isn't exactly a torture test, but at least it's going to let me know that it's just going to get hot doing that, and so far so good. So we'll chalk that up as a bit of a success, and yeah, the patrol radiator looks like she's going to work out all right. So we'll button up here, legends. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you can do us a favour, like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.